All right. Yeah, I think we're going. So, somebody left me a comment on a video of a cover I did 4 years ago. This is recently they left a comment. So it came up in my notifications, and I listened to it, and it was like the song had taken on new meaning to me, which I didn't realise. And then I was wondering whether that would be the case for my own songs that I've written, and I think they have, some of them at least, and I thought, I'm quite critical about stuff, especially myself, and I thought I would look at my own songs and analyse them. I was in a band when I was at school, and I used to write the songs, and we were like 15, 16, and we got a grant from the Prince's Trust to go and record a CD, and we spent 2 days in a recording studio, and we recorded this CD, and they were all my songs, and I've got it here. Now, I haven't listened to this for years. It's not very good. We thought it was brilliant at the time. But there's a song here. It's called "Be Who You Are," and like I say, I've not listened to it. I've not listened to any of this stuff. I've just found it before I've pressed record, and I'm not sure I've ever told anyone this, but this song was about my mum, or I mean, it's sort of, maybe it's about me and my relationship with my mum. I don't know. I've always thought it's about my mum. Not specifically about her, but my mindset, shall we say. I've been thinking of the lyrics today. Yeah, I'm going through a difficult time with my mum at the moment. It's weird because when I got my autism diagnosis, it was good. It felt like it finally made sense. Life made sense, or the answer being I was autistic made sense. Made my life make sense, shall we say. And then 6 months later I got diagnosed with ADHD, and so I have that dual thing, or DHD. And I've, since the autism diagnosis, before that really, I mean, I knew, before they said, yeah, you've got it, we kind of, sort of the research phase for me started 8 months before I got actually told I was. So I've been doing a lot of educating myself on autism and ADHD and CPTSD. I have a number of traits, or I don't want to say the wrong thing, I don't want to offend anybody, characteristics. Before autism sank into my head, it was put in there by somebody and it stuck. Before that, I was thinking maybe I had borderline personality disorder. I went through quite a period of sort of trying to assess that, educate myself and work that out. There's a whole range of traits and things that are shared between that BPD and autism and narcissistic personality disorder. Lots of things. I've been down this rabbit hole of. It started with the BPD, autism, ADHD, and then narcissism, emotional immaturity, you can go deep, and a lot of the things share traits. I'm using the word traits. Since I've learnt about autism and ADHD, now I know what it is and what the signs are and what it looks like. I can see it in people, even if I don't, actually know. I might still think it. I feel like I'm recognising it. I'm able to recognise the signs now. I'm waffling. This has been an 8-minute thing already. I can't believe it. What a joke. This is not even what I want to. I'm annoyed with myself. You go through this whole phase of looking at your life and wondering, what could have been, or what might have been different, or if you knew, if people knew, what support might I have had. Because now it gets picked up. You get diagnosed with ADHD and autism, and you get support through school and I guess into adult life if you need it. And I would have had support. I went without support. So you get frustration, I suppose, and you grieve what you didn't have but should have, maybe, and that's hard. When I got diagnosed, it was like a positive thing for the autism. Everything it made sense, even though we didn't really know fully what it meant at that stage. But I've been educating myself since then. That's what, the first thing they say to do is to learn about it, so that you can manage yourself and your life and your relationships better, to have better understanding, and so I've started that, like learning things that trigger me and things I'm sensitive to, and you start to, because you can see it and you know about it, you can preempt it and try to not let it become overwhelming, because it can become overwhelming. I've always struggled with relationships with people, friends, girlfriends. There's always been, and even like my family, my parents and my siblings, I've always been disconnected, I would say, to some degree, and obviously not known why, but also, and it's because of the neurodiversity, but also like I'm a heavy masker. I mask my in the past, it would be my default setting to mask whatever is, getting to me. Am I not talking into the microphone? Yeah, I mean, that's what it's there for. Shall I do that? Yeah, so I've always struggled with relationships, communication, social reciprocity. I always thought I just never knew what to say. I was bad at small talk. Anxious. I get anxious. So I've always thought those things, but it's because of, everything else. And yeah, you look back and what if? You can't escape what if. And it's hard sometimes, especially when you're late diagnosed. You spend, I've spent 40 years being somebody or a version of somebody, thinking it was just who you were, and then it gets taken from you. You have your identity taken away from you. That's what it feels like. Things aren't the same. Stuff means more, weighs you down more, but you have an understanding of it now. I was diagnosed with depression when I was 17. I started self-harming when I was at school, not at school, but when I was at school, and I had emotions and feelings and I couldn't talk to anybody, or I didn't know that I needed to, or how to, because of my neurodiversity. But I didn't know any of that. I didn't understand any of it, so I was just surviving, every day to just exist, and did what I guess I felt I needed to. I don't want to get into that really. I don't know why I said that actually. I mean, it's part of it. I hadn't planned on saying that. Anyway, I've got this song, so I've got I've got music on my hard drive, and I've got my old CDs on there, the band stuff, and I thought I would look at it. Now I haven't listened to any of it. I haven't listened to this for years. It's not good. But I mean, we thought it was good. Then, oh, what's happening? Everything's gone. Wait a sec. That wasn't planned either. Right. Is it still going? Yeah, I think it is. Right. So, I've just picked a song. Because of the title, Be Who You Are. So, yeah, we were 15. So I'd written this song before that. Well, I only started playing guitar when I was 11. So it was between, when I went to senior school at 11 and 15, 16, I've written this song. And I'm not sure I've ever said this before or told anyone, but this song was about my mum, or my, I don't know, I mean, I guess I was thinking of her, or I've always thought it was about my mum. It's not about her, it's more about me, but that's what I mean. Things have taken on a different meaning. Anyway, I've got it here, and I'm going to play it. That's going to be embarrassing. I'm going to pick it apart as well. There's bound to be lots of mistakes in it. I'm not singing. I am playing guitar. We had we were a 5-piece band. We had a singer. I started to just being a guitarist, and then I sort of did some backing vocals, and then I started to sing some lead vocals after a while. And then I started singing in different bands. But this band I wasn't singing. For this song I'm not singing anyway. So yeah, I thought I would write the lyrics out. I'm not going to play it like in full. I'm going to stop it and start it. I know what the first line is. Well, half of it. I'm going through a thing with my mum at the moment where it's hard to explain. I've changed, and I can't go back. I can't put it back. And I'm not what she remembers, and that is challenging. But I wrote this when I was 15, and there or thereabouts, and I mean, because I've been going through the lyrics, I think it's this thing of me not being who I am is a common thread. That's where I'm going with this. Even though I didn't know, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, be who you are. I haven't been. Now I am. It's not good enough.